Hello everyone, this is Lamar Simpson, Simpson Wealth Planning. I put together this video today to tell you guys the top 10 reasons that you are broke. We're going to start from the bottom. Number 10. Number 10 reason why you're still broke. You have no clear goals. So you have to have clear goals in order to reach them. We don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. If we can't put down, hey, this is what I want to do in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, whatever that is, even if it's tomorrow. If we don't have clear goals set forward, things just tend to go all over the place and we end up broke because we spend money on things that are not furthering us towards the goal that we really want to achieve. Number 9, no budget or tracking. This is kind of the same thing, but if we budget, if we say, hey, I'm going to spend so much on food, I'm going to spend so much on clothes, I'm going to spend in these different areas of my life, some of those things we can't control. We can't control our mortgage, we can't control our rent. There's, utilities are what they are, but we need to put down on paper, hey, this is how much we are spending. It doesn't mean we always have to or can adjust it, but we really should know what is coming in and what is going out every month. If we don't, everything just goes out because we use everything else for what we call discretionary income. We want to be sure when we are budgeting and tracking, part of that budgeting is in savings, whether that be in our retirement plan or our bank account. So if we don't have a clear tracking, we can't tell you from a day-to-day basis, this is what I spent money on this month. We have no direction. We're just spending money all over the place and it's doing nothing for us. Number 8, overutilization of credit. Okay, so what I mean is we're using a credit card as our cash reserve. We're not keeping money in the bank. We're applying for more and more credit cards because we want to buy more stuff. We're going out and we're giving these people a lot of interest on that card that could be money that you're putting in your own pocket. There are two types of interest. There's the type you earn and the type you pay. We want to make that one that we pay a whole lot less. So overutilization of credit is not going to help us meet that goal. We're always paying, you're paying those minimum payments. You're always paying that interest amount. They don't care if you ever pay it back. They'll let you pay $25 a month off for the rest of your life because they'll always have it. So overutilization of credit, in my opinion, the number 8 reason that you're still broke. Number 7, you weren't taught about money. So maybe kind of dating myself here, but when I went to high school, we had an econ class. We went through, how to write a checkbook, how to, put certain amounts of money away for certain things, what things should cost you. We're not taught those things anymore. I have 2 daughters that are in high school. There is not an economics class. That's been going on for a couple of generations right now. So now we're having a situation where our kids are not being taught how to deal with money inside their classroom. And because their parents also didn't, they're not learning it inside the home. So unless you have someone in your family who's a financial planner, a parent, or unless that person utilizes a person that's a financial planner, you're likely not going to be taught the right way to utilize money, and there is a right way to do it. Money is not bad. Money is what we call amoral. You can do anything with it. You can do something really, really bad or really, really good. But if we're not taught about money, that's the number 7 reason that we are still broke. We don't understand money. Our relationship with money just is not working at this point. We need to fix that. Number 6, overspend on cars, vehicles. I see a lot of people who they're overbuying vehicles. They have to have the nicest car. They're keeping up with the Joneses mentality. If we start buying things before we're prepared, and a lot of times we see this in younger people because they want a cool car, they want a sports car, they want, the nice big SUV that they can go do things in. The minute you buy a new car, it's losing 30 to 40% when you drive it off the lot. You're still paying those payments even though you don't have that same value anymore. So I'm not saying don't have a nice car, I'm not saying don't have something reliable. Just don't put that ahead of the rest of your financial future and don't mortgage your financial future because you want to drive a nice car. That is our number 6 reason why you are still broke. Number 5, you do your own taxes. TurboTax, all these sort of things, they are taking money from you. They pay people who are professionals because they know stuff. They know stuff that you don't know. They know stuff that you're not going to learn by going through TurboTax or QuickBooks or any of those sort of things. Your tax professional, if you utilize one, is going to find ways to leverage certain things you spend money on. He's going to be able to go in there and save you money on taxes. He'll be able to tell you, hey, which we'll talk about together with them sometimes, is how much money are we going to put inside of our IRAs? How are we going to get that deducted? We're going to be able to find a way to make you benefit more from your taxes rather than being a slave to them. When you do these things yourself, you may think you're saving money, but you're actually losing money every year. Number 4, you rent. So I understand that people, sometimes in the beginning, we got to start off somewhere, we have to rent a place. We should get out of that as soon as humanly possible. We don't want to pay somebody else's mortgage. If we're paying somebody else's mortgage, we're not building up our balance sheet. We're not building up what our net worth is. We're building up somebody else's net worth. Once you're done there, they're not going to give you your money back. They're not going to care. You don't own anything. There's no equity. If we're in our own home and we're paying that mortgage on our own, we're building what our balance sheet is. We're building our net worth. We're able to go and utilize those things later. Maybe later on, you add more properties and you become a renter to someone else. That's the way we utilize our net worth, and that's the way we leverage things, by not using other people's items and helping them further their net worth. Number 3, taking advice from the wrong people. This is a big one, okay? Well, I'm not sure I should do that because my dad said this is what he used to do, okay? All due respect, I love my father too. He's no longer with us. I would not take financial advice from the man, ever. We take advice from friends. We watch TV. A big one that I'm going to pick on a lot is these radio shows that you'll see sometimes. We have a guy comes on here and he does a financial show and he starts giving advice. He has never met you. He doesn't know your situation. He doesn't know what you have coming up. He doesn't know what else makes you who you are. So he cannot give you sound advice over the radio to 10 million people, whoever is listening to that radio show at the time. We should not be giving blanket advice. Every piece of advice should be to that individual. But if you're taking advice from somebody who is not a professional, I don't care how much you love your mom, your dad, your cousin, your uncle, whoever that is, your grandfather, he is not schooled enough in your situation to give you proper advice. So if you're not paying someone to give you advice and they don't know your entire situation, you are taking advice from the wrong people. Number 2, not taking advantage of retirement plans at work. A lot of places still have the 401ks, the 403bs, 457s. There's a lot of state workers in Sacramento, which I work with many of them. They have a lot of different plans that are made available to you, where you can put money in. They don't all match. Some of them do, some of them don't. But utilizing that work plan, not only are you putting money away for your retirement, so that at some point down the line when you're able to do so, you're creating that income. You're also dollar cost averaging into these mutual funds. You're buying at different rates. Some may go up, some may go down. When you're buying things when they go down, hey, you bought them on sale. Another very important part and why it makes you broke is if you have $100,000 a year that you make and you pull out, let's say we pull out the maximum of $18,000 a year. I think actually that went, I think it's $18,500 per year into that 401k. You now made that $18,500 less, so you'll be taxed at a lesser rate. That comes as a pre-tax contribution. That's going to save you a lot of money. You're to pay less in taxes. This is the number 1 reason we shy away from people like me, financial planners. Oh, I'm not ready for that. Oh, I don't want to pay that. Oh, I don't really need that. Everybody needs to have a financial plan. I don't care how young or old you are. I mean, if you're a minor, obviously we don't start that early. We have people that start in their 20s when they start having jobs. Even if I tell my kids right now, you put away $20-30 a month, in a couple years, that could turn into quite a sum of money by the time you retire. If you're not talking to a professional about a plan and about what steps you should be taking to prepare now and for your retirement, milestones along the way, sending children to school, changing jobs, moving, major purchases, you're doing yourself a disservice. We are not all financial experts. Many of us are not. So that number 1 reason, you should cure that reason by getting a hold of me and talking to me about what you have going on. Hour of the time is free at first, and we decide if we're a good fit, and we move on from there. Really take ownership in your own reasons you're broke. No one wants to be broke. Some of us don't even know we're broke, but I think most of the people watching this video, they're thinking, hey, I do some of those things. You are definitely not in the right area if you are. So give us a call, 916-333-5910, Simpson Wealth Planning. Emails lamar@simpsonwealthplanning.com, and again, website www.simpsonwealthplanning.com. Thanks for listening today, and I hope to hear from many of you.